newspapers started calling him the Jigsaw Killer.
The setting of the story was something that we came up with out of necessity. You know, we wanted to make a film that was very low budget and that we could just keep a very small cast and just keep it very contained.
At that time, we were really kicking around ideas for horror film, and we'd come up with the idea of a film set mostly in this bathroom with two people chained up.
So that was the inspiration behind the setting of the Saw story. But the inspiration behind Jigsaw, not a lot of people know this, was inspired by an actual news story that I heard a long time ago when I was back in college.
I remember going over to James's house and him telling me that story, that he had seen this news report about a strange guy who breaks into people's houses and instead of stealing a video player, sneaks into the bedrooms of your children and tickles their feet. And I remember him telling me how creeped out he was by that.
It was the creepiest thing I'd ever heard. And at, you know, the age of 17, you know, living on my own without my family around me, I was so frightened. I was so frightened. I remember after hearing that story, I slept for the next 2-3 nights with a hammer by my bedside after hearing that.
And when he told me that story, I mean, I also slept with a hammer beside my bed for the next few nights. But not because of the story, because of James, to keep him away.
I think, and then a couple of days later, they caught him, and he didn't actually say much. You know, when they caught him, like, he was just, like, pretty quiet. You know, he didn't seem like a bad guy at all. He was just, like, a really quiet, reclusive guy. I mean, eventually he became my template for the Zep character, and I just knew eventually one day I wanted to put that in a film.
He started pitching this idea, which is where the inspiration for the scene in Saw comes in, where the little girl wakes up and there's someone in the room. I mean, that's kind of a universal fear, I guess, for everyone, someone invading that safe space. And that I had to agree with him on, that that would be good for a film.
So the cops interrogated him, and he said that he didn't do this on his own. He did it because he was forced to do it.
Because I was, you know, the one writing the film, I started doing more research and was reading about how he had been sent this jigsaw piece, and that was the main thing that interested me, that he had been sent this jigsaw piece that told him to do it.
In some weird way, it was kind of like a chain mail, you know, that you kind of like just start and just see how people would react to it. For the film to work, we needed something that was a lot more. We needed, you know, a real leverage for the character to do what they do. So, you know, in the film we went strictly one way and have loved ones be kidnapped, so therefore the characters would have to do what they were asked to do.
I think that's my son.
Fast forward to like 3 years later, we went back to Australia to start promoting the film, and our manager one day received a letter, and an unmarked letter with literally a jigsaw puzzle drawing on the front. You know, I mean, naturally, our manager just thought it was maybe, you know, just like a fan sending something in to us, and, you know, they opened it up and they read it, and basically it was a letter that said,
Dear friends, which was weird. It almost looked like a child had written it, but it said, I liked the film, haha, I like to see my work on screen. The actor playing me was very good. I have dark hair though, without punctuation, just all written. I have dark hair, hope to see more on screen, should ask for some money, haha, your friend. So it was just creepy to receive that letter, and to this day I still sleep with a hammer beside my bed.